On today's menu, we're making snickerdoodle cookies. My favorite. Mix together some flour, baking soda, and salt, as well as some cream of tartare, which I've never used before. Isn't tartare the sauce that you eat with calamari, right? Anyways, in another bowl, we're gonna work on our wet ingredients. Okay, some melted butter and sugar that we're gonna mix. Honestly, you can just stop right here and eat this with some bread. But no, add 1 egg and some vanilla extract. Give that a good mix, and now we're just gonna combine the 2 bowls together. And do it very slowly until you get a nice dough like this one. Alright, very nice. Very buoyant. And before baking, we're gonna let this vibe in the fridge for 30 minutes minimum. Alright, once you're ready though, come back and roll your dough into the size of a golf ball and dunk them into a cinnamon sugar mix. No chocolate, nothing extra, alright? This is very basic. Bake in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes. And there you go. You know, that's pretty much it. Finish off with some parsley. JK. I saw a girl tweet out that she can't date guys that eat dessert because that's a female thing to do. You're telling me as a man, I'm not even allowed to eat 1 cookie? Come on. On today's menu, we're making lumpias. We're gonna start off with ground chicken, green onion, and some garlic. Dude, look at this big ass carrot. We're gonna grate that and throw it in, as well as some water chestnuts, minced. Now this is really just there for the texture, you know, it's a little bit crunchy. Moving on, we're gonna season it with a little bit of pepper, salt, and soy sauce. Give that a mix until you get a concoction that looks like this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to wrap. And there's a lot of different techniques of how to approach this. You can cut the wrappers into triangles, and then roll it like a typical egg roll, and then seal it off with some egg white. Pros and cons, it is very beautiful, but it is time consuming. I would honestly just recommend you roll it like a carpet and cut it in half. Okay, either way you roll it, your back is going to start hurting. How am I 21 years old with back issues, huh? Anyways, we're gonna fry these in some hot oil until they're golden brown, and you're gonna want to do this in batches, okay? Do not just plop the whole plate of lumpias inside. Once you're done, plate it, add a little bit of parsley, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Serve it with some sweet and sour sauce or banana ketchup, but I would rather eat a jean jacket before I eat ketchup. First off, get yourself some deveined and deshelled jumbo shrimp and let that vibe on the side while we make our Cajun seasoning, which is pretty much onion powder, paprika, oregano, garlic powder, salt, cayenne pepper, red pepper, black pepper. Or you can just buy Cajun seasoning at the store. Save yourself some time, you know? Anyways, we're gonna use half of the seasoning on our shrimp, and the other half we're gonna save for our rice, which we're gonna wash because there could be all different types of debris and insect poop in there. Once you have your rice, your seasoning, your shrimp, we're gonna throw some butter into a pan on medium heat and simply cook our shrimp for about 2 minutes on each side or until it's opaque all the way through. Once we're finished with that, we're gonna saute some garlic and butter. Once our garlic is a little bit brown, we're gonna add in our seasoning and our rice and a little bit of chicken broth, which is crazy to me because I always make my rice with water, but this sounds like a good idea. Cover with the lid and let it simmer for about 15 minutes or maybe even longer if you want crispy rice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Throw your shrimp on top, a little bit of parsley. Just a simple, easy, quick recipe, and it's actually really healthy too. Just ignore all the butter that we use. On today's menu, we're making banana bread. Get yourself some really ripe bananas. The darker the banana, the sweeter the juice. Wait, mash them really good with the fork, and then we're gonna add some eggs and cannoli oil. Give that a mix and just let it vibe on the side, and now we're gonna work on our dry ingredients. The usual suspects, flour and sugar, baking soda, and a little bit of salt. And today, we have a special ingredient. Yeah, psych? But no, seriously, we're using vanilla jello pudding. I have never— Shut the fuck up, I'm recording, damn! Moving on, combine the 2 bowls and gently fold them together, okay? Do not overmix. Now, I love chocolate, so I'm gonna throw some in there. No, seriously, like, feel free to add anything you want. I've seen people add coconut, walnut, any kind of nut. Take your banana bread mixture and pour it into a bread tray and bake it at 325 degrees for about 1 hour. Once you can poke it with a toothpick and it comes out clean, we are pretty much done. This baking shit is easy. The bread came out more moist than me after sitting on a barber chair for 1 hour, you know? And that's pretty moist. Add some ice cream on top if you're feeling crazy. On today's menu, we're making garlic knots. Get yourself a can of biscuit dough and we're gonna cut each individual piece in half. Roll those bad boys out until they're about 5 inches long, which also happens to be the length of a fallopian tube. Anyways, we're gonna have to tie these into knots. Just imagine like you're tying your shoes, you know? Repeat the steps until you don't have any more dough. Let that just vibe on the side while we work on our topping. A little bit of unsalted melted butter, table salt, Italian seasoning. We have some parsley in there, garlic powder, and some fresh Parmesan cheese. Do not use pre-grated cheese because they just don't melt. I think it has something to do with the preservative. Anyways, we're gonna take a brush and brush the butter onto our knots, and you should get something that looks like this. Whoa, kind of like dumplings. Throw them into the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. Take them out, and yeah, not gonna lie, these came out the oven kind of ugly. Anyways, we're just gonna plate them, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I'm not one to biscuit shame, but the biscuits at Red Lobster, But these though, this one's just built different, man. Just truly spectacular. And these fit perfectly in your mouth. According to today's menu, we are gonna make some fried rice. This is a freestyle recipe just straight off my forehead. We're gonna start off by cutting some garlic and green onion, as well as some Chinese sausage. You can use any other meat as well, but if you even think about using hot dogs, get the fuck. Moving on, we're gonna need some peas, scrambled eggs, and day-old rice. Newton, can I use fresh rice? I mean, I suppose, but it's gonna end up making the dish gummy and not as good. Throw your rice into a pan with some oil and cook it until it's warm and sticky like this. Take it out and just let it vibe on the side. And now it's time to saute our vegetables, which is gonna be our garlic and peas. Boom, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then throw in your meat and your rice. Okay, cool. We're also gonna add soy sauce and just give it a mix until it's a nice mahogany color. And for the eggs, you don't wanna pour it on top of the rice, okay? That's a rookie mistake. You wanna cook it a little bit on the side first and then mix it in. A nub of butter and some green onion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're missing one thing and one thing only, alright? Parsley! Bro, I was watching Tory Lane's IG live earlier and I never wanted to be a gummy worm so bad. Ha! First things first, get yourself some stale bread. Take it very hard. This bread is very hard. Anyways, we're gonna cut off the crust, and this is strictly for the aesthetic. These are gonna end up in a shitload of sugar anyways, so they're gonna taste exactly the same. Cut them into sticks and let them vibe on the side. And in a separate bowl, we're gonna combine some egg, almond milk, or whatever milk you have. Anything but soy milk, because that shit tastes like some toes. A pinch of salt and vanilla extract. Give that a mix until it's combined. And now we're gonna make our cinnamon sugar. Basically, white sugar and cinnamon at a ratio of 8 to 1, aka the ratio of guys to girls at every frat party ever. Okay, in a pan on medium heat, we're gonna melt some butter. Lightly coat your breadsticks in the mixture and throw it in the pan. Make sure you don't soak it though, or else it will come out limp. And we're gonna cook it on each side until it's golden brown like this. Throw it straight into the sugar, mix it up a little bit, and that's pretty much it. Let's go! Throw it onto a plate, serve it with some syrup. And yeah, next time you have some stale bread laying around, what are you gonna do? Go feed some birds? Hell no! All birds do is poop on your car and chirp whenever you're trying to sleep. Go ahead and make this instead. Chef's kiss. Mwah! Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is make our marinade, which is really just balsamic vinegar, honey, a little bit of brown sugar, delicious light soy sauce, and to make it more healthy, we're gonna add some garlic and ginger. Yes, ginger. Today we're using motherfucking roots. Mix that up and we're gonna get ourselves some chicken drumsticks. Buy your chicken at Walmart because it's cheap. Are they injected with steroids? I mean, probably, but we're not gonna complain. Let the chicken vibe with the marinade for at least 4 hours. Once you're hungry, throw the chicken onto a baking rack, and we're gonna bake these in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour. Do not throw away the marinade, okay? We're gonna boil our marinade for at least 15 minutes to get rid of the salmonella, and we're just gonna brush it on our chicken every 15 minutes. Listen, I know what you're thinking. This is way too much work. I mean, you have a point, but trust me. I will always love you. Come on. Top it off with some sesame seeds and some parsley. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will say though, I would recommend you marinate this chicken for at least 24 hours up until like 5 minutes before the chicken expires. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is make our marinade, which is really just balsamic vinegar, honey, a little bit of brown sugar, delicious light soy sauce, and to make it more healthy, we're gonna add some garlic and ginger. Yes, ginger. Today we're using motherfucking roots. Mix that up and we're gonna get ourselves some chicken drumsticks. Buy your chicken at Walmart because it's cheap. Are they injected with steroids? I mean, probably, but we're not gonna complain. Let the chicken vibe with the marinade for at least 4 hours. Once you're hungry, throw the chicken onto a baking rack, and we're gonna bake these in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour. Do not throw away the marinade, okay? We're gonna boil our marinade for at least 15 minutes to get rid of the salmonella, and we're just gonna brush it on our chicken every 15 minutes. Listen, I know what you're thinking. This is way too much work. I mean, you have a point, but trust me. I will always love you. Come on. Top it off with some sesame seeds and some parsley. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will say though, I would recommend you marinate this chicken for at least 24 hours up until like 5 minutes before the chicken expires. So if you're gonna get a really big Ziploc bag, you're gonna ask for the biggest shrimp that you can find at the supermarket. Look at my shrimp. 4 cups of flour, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just shake it around. I'm filming this with my mouth and I'm so proud of it. So you're gonna put the fire to high, low, a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna put a little bit of butter, be modest. Psych, this shit ain't a game. I don't put more butter because I want to. Alright, after the butter melts, you can put your garlic in. Sploosh. Make sure you do not burn the garlic. Last time I burnt my garlic and it tastes like straight ass. So we're gonna transfer our garlic butter sauce into a bowl. A little bit more olive oil. Take the shrimp out of the bag into the oil. Beautiful. And after 3 minutes, we're gonna flip it over and oh my god, beautiful. You thought we didn't have more shrimp? We got all the shrimp. Dude, we're gonna pour our butter sauce all over. Okay, that's just the butter. Boom, okay, that's the garlic. Mix it around, show it some love, you know, flippity flop. And now for the most important part, put some parsley on there, man. Bitches love parsley, bro. Just put it on there. And now let's just take a moment to appreciate the view. Oh my god. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Some sourdough, take it out, put it on the counter, get yourself a plate, and now we're gonna prepare our cheeses. We got Gruyere cheese, boom. We got white and yellow cheddar. We got Parmesan cheese, bro. Our sandwich about to be multi-cheesable. Get yourself some unsalted butter. We're gonna microwave it for about 10 seconds to soften it up, and then put it on our bread. Only on one side though. Once every square inch of the bread is covered with butter, we're gonna get a big ass pan, set the stove to low, and we're gonna add some olive oil. Bloop. Now get the bread, put the buttered part facing down so that it can get nice and toasty. Do that to both of the pieces. And now we're gonna go crazy with our cheeses, alright? Since we have 4 cheeses, just put 2 on one side and 2 on the other because they're gonna be combined together anyways. Lay the 2 pieces on top of each other, and every single part of the bread that is white, we're gonna add some butter to it. Alright, we about to reverse gentrify this shit. Keep on flipping the sandwiches so that both sides can get golden and talk to me nice. Bro, are you seeing this right now? You can't even Photoshop this. Now slice your sandwich in half. Da, 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 da. Bro, I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't even know why I made this, but shit. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Things first, get yourself some yellow onions, cut them into little slices like so. In a pan on low heat, we're gonna add some vegetable oil, throw in our onion, then add some organic non-GMO vegan butter, a little bit of salt, and we're gonna cook it for about 30 minutes to 1 hour. Dude, that long for some onions? You're tripping. Look how good it looks, bro. Trust me, it's worth it. Cool, now we're gonna butter up some buns. And today I'm using potato buns, but you can use whatever buns you want. But if you end up using hot dog buns, just remember to DM me your address so I can slap the shit out of you, cause what the hell is wrong with you? You wanna make sure that your buns get buttery and toasty as possible, you know what I'm saying? Look at this shit. Moving on, we're gonna get ourselves some Beyond Beef and form them into little squares. No, I mean spheres. Throw some oil into a pan on medium heat, and we're gonna throw our meat in and smush it down flat. Season with salt and pepper or whatever seasoning you want. Wait about 2 minutes, flip it over, and season again. Throw some vegan cheese on top of the patty and cover it with the lid until it melts. I was way too hungry for that, so I took the patty out, threw some butter lettuce on top, cut myself a thick slice of tomato and put it on top of the lettuce, added some barbecue sauce, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go. Ooh. Our asparagus, we're gonna cut off the ends or the pale part. Looking back, where the hell did I buy these bodybuilder asparagus? These motherfuckers big as shit. Olive oil, salt, pepper, and some minced garlic. Throw it on top of our asparagus and give it a Nuru massage. Now let them vibe out on the side while we work on our potatoes. So I cut mine thick, drizzle on some olive oil with some garlic powder and paprika, a little bit of salt with some elbow grease, mix them up and transfer onto a parchment paper lined baking tray. We're gonna take these to the next level by adding a little bit of Parmesan. Alright, bet, we're gonna have to cook these potatoes first, 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're gonna want to flip them over and also throw our asparagus in the oven. Get yourself a piece of salmon and make sure that there's no bones and no scales. Now I season my salmon with only salt, pepper, and paprikas because later I'm gonna give it some top it off with some sauce. Alright, we're gonna throw some oil onto a pan at medium heat, and we're gonna add our salmon skin facing down. Once you look at your salmon, you're like, okay, 50% white. We're gonna flip it over and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes, and that's pretty much it. Serve with a lemon if you're trying to be bougie. Can I get a Hoya? Gas bowl, add some flour, and today I'm using a drug dealer scale to measure things because I'm trying to get this shit perfect. Powdered sugar and salt. Give it a little mix and let it vibe out on the side while we work on our wet ingredients. Crack the eggs into the bowl, and we're gonna take half of the yolk out. Check it out. Give it a good mix, and we're gonna combine our wet ingredients with our dry ingredients and beat until it's smooth. In a separate bowl, a little bit of butter, some semi-sweet chocolate. I'm using I still don't know how to say this shit. Chop it up into little pieces and make sure that you're using quality chocolate. Microwave our chocolate and butter for about 30 seconds or until it melts. Mix until smooth. That shit about to make me act up. Throw our chocolate into the mixing bowl and mix until combined. Let it vibe out on the side, and we're gonna get ourselves a ramekin. Straight lube it up with some butter and coat the inside with cocoa powder. Transfer your cake mix over, and do not, I repeat, do not fill your ramekin up all the way to the top. That shit will come out the oven looking like a straight mushroom. You want it about 75%. Oven at 425 for 11 to 15 minutes. Powdered sugar, Oreo ice cream, douche deluge caramel. Let's go! Chocolate lava cake, chocolate lava cake.